Welcome back to the meditation spot. All right, so again, just to repeat, each second week I'm doing this meditation, which is a different meditation or breathing technique each time. And so I'm just asking you to practice the specific breathing technique or meditation practice for 2 weeks and see how it actually affects you, how it helps you. And then, once you've been through a few, you'll probably find that some of them work better for you and you can stick with those particular practices and techniques. All right, if you do want to join the weekly meditation class where we do an hour each week of meditation, discussion, practice, Q&A, we talk about techniques and everything to do with meditation, then you can go onto the join button and you can sign up for the weekly meditation class. You also get access to the Demonic Wealth Web if you do that. If you don't want to take part in that, just let me know. I won't put your name into the box. And you can just ignore that section of the whole thing. Yeah, you might want to actually take part in that as well. All right. Today is box or universal breathing. It's usually called box breathing. It's very similar to the last one we did, except that this is an equal count, and it's splitting the breath into 4 parts instead of 3 parts. So it's 4, 4, 4, 4. So you breathe in for a count, you hold for a count, you breathe out for a count, and you hold for a count, and you create this box. So a square. And again, just take a natural breath in and count, and then whatever that count is, then use that same count for the entire practice. So I'm going to go through 2 or 3 breaths, and I'll show you. I'm not going to talk while I'm doing it. I think it's easier to actually see. What I'll do, I'll count with my finger, and I'll show you as I'm counting. All right. So I'm going to do 6. So I'll breathe in for 6, hold for 6, breathe out for 6, hold for 6, breathe in for 6, hold for 6, breathe out for 6, hold for 6. All right. So I'm just going to count it with my finger to show you the breath itself. All right. So you can do this, as I've mentioned before. If your practice is 20 minutes long, perfect. If it's 5 or 10 minutes long, that's all you can do. That's also perfect. And again, your mind is probably going to wander at some point. That's fine. That means you're actually doing the practice properly. Our minds do wander when we do meditation, especially when we begin. Over time, that gets easier and it happens less. So if your mind is wandering and just going crazy and all thoughts flying in, it's fine. Just just take note of what's happening. Realize that your mind actually did wander, and then just stop it and come back to the counting. All right, so let's do this. All right, so I'm going to start. Okay, so I think you get that idea. Very simple, very easy, and just practice it. As I say, take a natural breath in. So if your natural breath in is a count of 4, and depending on how fast you're counting. So if it is 4, then use 4. Just 4 all the way around. If you breathe in and you get to a count of 8, use 8 all the way around. All right. So very simple. Okay, so that's it for this meditation spot, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Have a good one. Cheers.